Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 361, getting very close to the end here of a year. And I'm going to tell you the story of the brave merchant. And actually, this is kind of the perfect light for this story. Now, there was a time when the Buddha was living in Benares, incarnated as a merchant. And as was often the custom, wandering ascetics, wandering Buddhas would come through the town, begging bowl in hand, waiting for offerings for meals, clothing, whatever it is that they needed. And one day, as the merchant was residing in his home, he noticed in the early morning that there was one of these wandering Buddhas right outside his gate, standing there. He thought to himself, if there is anyone who knows what it is to be at peace, this man is certainly it. He radiates it. I will make him an offering, and I know that if I do, it will help me on my path. And so the merchant went in to his cupboards and, well, he gathered the most delicious, the best of foods to present to this wandering Buddha. And with this tray full of food, he walked outside. It was only a short distance between his front door and his gate. But as he took the first steps to reach this wandering Buddha, suddenly in front of him was a wall of flame. There was an abyss. And as the merchant's eyes grew wide with astonishment, he saw that hell had opened up in front of and beneath him. Now Mara was watching everything all the time. But he saw that the merchant, if he made this offering to the Buddha, well, his evolution, his path, his journey on the path, his faith would increase 10,000-fold. And so Mara did everything that he could to stop the merchant from making his way and making that offering. The merchant, he saw the abyss, he saw the flames. He closed his eyes and he thought, this is not real. No matter what, I am going to make this offering. And he took a step forward right into the flames. Now the flames were surrounding him, walls of flames. And as he took steps into these flames, well, there were screams and yells instead of the quiet calling of birds. Screams, calling out to him in his name. He did not dare look downward, for if he had, he would have seen grotesque figures, arms reaching up to him. But he kept his eyes straight forward and he walked on and on and on and on. It seemed like he walked forever. As quickly as those flames had appeared, they disappeared. And standing steps in front of him, as if nothing had happened at all, as if no time had passed at all, was the wandering Buddha. The merchant held out the tray to him of food. And the wandering Buddha said, well done, well done. And then he went on to say, know that in this life, gains and losses will come as quickly as the clouds passing overhead. But do not be afraid. Walk on, just as you have today. Well, the merchant turned and went back inside to his home. There was still some fear inside of him, but beyond that was this incredibly blissful feeling of having risen to a state that he had never been in before. I probably don't need to tell you that the rest of his days were spent in giving as much as he could to as many as he could. What better thing could he do? For, as any wise person knows, it is in giving that we truly receive. Okay, that's the story of the brave merchant. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying these last days of the year, the darkest days of the year for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. The longest nights, the shortest days. What a great story to hear about the merchant diving into those flames like that, into the darkness, and then coming out on the other side. Might we all do that? Okay, have a good rest of your day or evening.